Super Bowl rings, I just want to play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the east side of the Bay Bridge in Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. On 1st and 10, Prescott connects here with the tight end Blake Jarwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Here's Elliott. And he'll take this one down to the 36. The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now he's forced out right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards there and a first down. A first down carry by Elliott. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 19 yards away. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. They got to love that. 9-play drive results in 6 points.
That means they're doing the dictating. That means that they've described how the game's going to go. They're playing at their tempo, at their pace. If you're on the other side of the ball, if you're playing defense, defense is not methodical. They've got to go in there and shake things up and create a little havoc.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Kill. Mike 54. Mike 54. Rabbit.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. He was brought down by Malik Collins.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 5 now. Carr got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now, 180. Mike 54. One, later one. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. I want that. Give me that. Hey, Foxtrot.
Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Deuce right, Chief. Recon, 132 fighter. 93. Check, watch 54.
Throwing now is Carr. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Don't get nervous. Watch out. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 38.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
SOS. Check 26.
Trying to run forward with Jacobs. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice. We just pop it up there, no rut.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. 52 yards. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone.
It's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Will it be okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
But, writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Flush to his right. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 13-7. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Over the middle here to Brown. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Carr going to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. They were trying to go to Brown once again, and that'll bring up second down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Rip right, rip right. He's coming. Hey, 734. 694. Hey, I-7.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Down. 180. Right there. 54 Mike. Now watch one.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one, and let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5.
Check the backer, check the backer. Check 52.
Here's Jacobs. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Silver. Check 50, check it.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Now. 180. 180. We're good. 180.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the 2nd half.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
That defensive front four has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like 4-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
Right there. 54.
Now they'll throw with Carr. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Shotgun now for Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive? And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Credit the sack there to Arden Key. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively, pressure coming off that right side from the D-end.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Prescott. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. They'll run on 1st down. Jacobs. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, tighten down.
Now Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They come up in an offset eye. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
2nd down and goal. Carr. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant to the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They start on the ground with Elliott. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that. I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Dak on the option left. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
Stop your whining. Hey, kill. We're going to 53.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th. All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition. Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful. Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Carr, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown, 74 yards. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Important extra point up and through, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 23 yards the pickup there. Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position. This is Cobb with a catch right side. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th. Wow.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. Carr. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Carr to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's complete to Brown, right side. And a timeout is called. So now you're looking at probably just one final play from back in their own territory, and they're going to need a miracle. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Throwing here, Prescott. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you, this was a fun one, just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.